Good morning, my lovelies. So I was reading the comments on my last vlog. Many of you said you wanted a get ready with me video. So here I am. I am getting ready to take Ayla out today. We're gonna just have a day out in London. I'm gonna take her to the Rainforest Cafe and then I'm gonna take her to a museum. So I'll basically just be applying my everyday makeup, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to show you what sort of look I do on a daily basis. Before we begin, both of my thumbnails are off. Love that for me. They're both damaged. I knocked them both on different occasions and they're both damaged. So I'm waiting for them to grow out in order for me to get another set. I was gonna like not film just because of my nails, and then I thought, do you know what? Let's be mature about this. Anyway, let's start with brows. So I'm gonna go in with my Refi Brow Sculpt. Absolutely adore this stuff. It just gives you that brow lamination look, which I've been loving for over a year now. But I don't necessarily love to laminate my brows all the time. I find that they really dry out my brows, but brow lamination, I just love how it looks though. So I've applied the product, and then at the top, there's like this brush part here. I take the comb part and I just brush it upwards like that. I then take the brush part and smooth it upwards. Some product can get on your skin sometimes, so I just get my finger and now I'm going to use Refi's eyebrow pencil. I use the shade medium. Absolutely love this eyebrow pencil as well. I've been using it every single day since I've got it. I still love my Benefit, but I was using it for years and I never thought I'd find something else that I love just as much. So I sort of switched between the Benefit and this one. I won't go madly into detail with how I do my brows because I'm gonna do an updated how I do my brows video. Okay, next item for brows is Refi's brow pomade. Again, shade medium. You guys already know I use 50 different products on my brows. So with this one, there's a little pot at the end here. Oh, brush comes like that, products in here. I like to tap a little bit and then put any excess here. And then I just lightly go through the brow. So far they're looking like that. Oh my god. I forgot to put my beauty blender. That is like an actual pet peeve of mine. Okay, I'm gonna conceal my brows. I actually don't do this every day anymore, but sometimes I do like to. It honestly depends on how much time I've got, but if I've got time, I'll conceal my brows. God. Raggies, come in, boy. Raggies was crying at the door. What's wrong, baby? He loves attention. Yeah. Lie down, my darling. So I'm going to quickly conceal my brow. I'm going to use this Estee Lauder Double Wear Radiant Concealer. I'm in the shade 3N. And then go underneath. Raggies! Oh my goodness. Okay. Come here. Come here, come here. Oh. Raggies, that's unacceptable, darling. Mummy working. Okay, brows are done for now. I'll go back to them later on though. Okay, what's next? Foundation. So at the moment, I am using two by NARS. These are the two that I'm using. This is actually a tinted moisturizer by NARS. This is their new tinted moisturizer. It is their Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. This is my shade for this one. And then with it, I add 1 pump of this foundation. I've loved this foundation forever. This is their Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. And this is my shade for this one. So I just take a little bit of this one on the back of my hand and then 1 pump of this one. I love what the combination of these two look like together. The tinted moisturizer is a lot lighter than the foundation, and the mix of them both just gives me a really good color. So I've put some on my face, but with my forehead, I actually like to use just the darker one. Out of my whole face, my forehead is the darkest, and if I put a foundation on that's too light, it just makes me look really ashy. So I'm just gonna blend it in with my brush. This brush is just phenomenal. I can't even express to you how good this brush is. I'll link it below for you, but the blend is just seamless, honestly. Can you see that is still too light for my forehead? When I put my bronzer on and things like that, then it starts to change. Make sure you get your neck, girl. Gonna go in with some concealer now. Again, using that Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer that we used before. before. Just gonna put a little bit here, a little bit here, and a little bit under my eyes. Same brush that I used for my foundation, and I'm just gonna blend that all in. Sorry, forgot to add a place. I like to use some here and here as well. I'm gonna use my beauty blender and just go over that a little bit, just to make sure it's like completely blended in. Under the eyes, I like to get the same brush and I will like sort of just start to spread the product. I don't blend it all the way with just the brush, but I just start to spread the product a little bit. And then I go in with my beauty blender and just make sure everything is blended out nicely. And then I go in with another concealer. I use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I use the shade Ginger. This is a really light one, but I like to use it to highlight. I've loved this concealer forever. So I put a little bit on my chin, some down the nose, a little bit on my forehead, and then under the eyes again. I like to add a little bit there as well, just so it can snatch me. Again, at first I just like to go in with my brush to sort of diffuse it a little bit. With these parts on my eyes, I like to go in with this brush here. This is by Jayde and it's a 118 multi-liquid brush. I love it. This brush is really, really dense and quite precise as well. So once I've buffed it out a little bit, I like to then go in with my beauty blender. So I'm now looking hella washed out. I need to add some colour back into my skin, so let's warm up the face. Gonna use this cream bronzer here by Refi. I'm in the shade Tan. I'm gonna use this brush here by Refi. I'm gonna use the fluffy side, and I'm just gonna start warming up my face. Instantly, it just does something. Once I've applied that, I go back in with the foundation brush with no product on it, and I just blend around that area just to make sure it gives it more of a seamless blend. I sort of look back, see if it needs any more bronzer. I just go back and forth with my makeup a lot just to make sure that the blend is okay. Gonna use some blush now. Gonna use the same Refi brush, but I'm gonna use this end instead. I'm gonna take this product by Milk Makeup. This is like a multi-balm. You can use it on the lips, you can use it on the cheeks. It's a really, really nice natural color. Usually I'm obsessed with orange blushes, but I've been feeling pinkies recently, I can't lie. Get the product and tap off. For blush, I personally like to go a little bit higher. Sometimes I like to go on the apples more, but usually I tend to want my face to be brought up. Can't believe I used to do makeup looks without blusher. What was going on? A little tap of it on my nose. I forgot to contour my nose. Okay, to contour my nose, going in with Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the shade Truffle. I showed you this in my last everyday makeup tutorial, but I just go down. I use this brush by Jayde. It's a 220 Luxe Grand Shader. And I just like to go up first, bring it into the brow a little bit. And then I get my foundation brush and start working inwards just to blend that out properly. And there you have it. Okay. Highlighter. I'm gonna use this gloss highlighter by Refi. I've been using a lot of Refi this video, haven't I? But honestly, Jess is killing it with the products. Add a little bit to the back of my hand. I'm gonna take this fluffy brush by Il Makiage. This is their tulip powder brush, but I'm gonna use it for highlighter. Tap a little bit of the product, tap the excess off. I honestly like to just get a little product on the brush. I prefer to just work my way up than do too much. And I'm just gonna go on the cheekbone. This is just gorgeous. I remember in my last everyday makeup look, I told you guys I'm over the really highlighted face, and I still am. But there's just something about gloss highlighters or cream highlighters that I adore. I still do love powder highlighters, but these ones just make you look, it just doesn't really look like makeup. Put some under my brow bone as well. I'm here too. I love a little shiny Cupid's bow. Can we just, it just does something, honestly. Next is powder. Before I go in with the powder, I'm gonna make sure I've not got many creases under my eye. I used to set my under eyes immediately, but now that I use more cream products, I don't like to do that. If you use cream products over powders, it can make the makeup gather. So I like to do all my cream products first and then powder. I'm just getting a little bit on my beauty blender. Of course, if I can find any room on my hand, tapping the excess off. And then I'm precisely going where my under eye is. I'm not touching any of this area. I'm not touching where I've highlighted. I'm literally going just where the concealer is. And I bring it down like that. So my under eyes are now set. I'm not gonna powder anything else just for now. I'm gonna do my lips now. Like I said in my last everyday tutorial, I think it was my last everyday tutorial that I said it in, but I now do my lips first. I found that before, when I would do my eyes first, when my lips weren't complete, I would just do more and more eyeshadow, and then my makeup would start to look too heavy. I find that if I do my lips first, I basically look complete. When it comes to my eyes, I now don't do them too heavy because I can clearly see what else my makeup needs. Sharpen it. First lip product that I'm going to use is this lip liner by Morphe. This is in the shade Sweet Tea. Just going to take my tissue quickly and just rub off any makeup that's already on there. If I put lipstick on over the makeup that was already on my lips will just get crusty. Anyway, Sweet Tea liner. In the sides a little bit. Gonna go in with one of my OG products, Chestnut Lip Liner by MAC. I used to use this one first and I used to really line my lips, but now I go in with a lighter brown and then I just intensify it a little bit with the Chestnut Lip Liner. Not too much. Like that. MAC lipstick in the shade Naturally Transformed. Look how diddy it is now. I cannot even deal. I have used this lipstick beyond belief. It's actually a discontinued lipstick, but I managed to buy two before it completely discontinued. So thank God I've got a couple backups. But anyone from MAC, if you're watching this, please, please, please bring Naturally Transformed back. It's like one of your best news, honestly. I'm gonna take a clear gloss now. I'm gonna take this one by Fenty Beauty in the shade Glass Slipper. It was clear once upon a time, but you know how clear glosses work. The more you use them, the more they're not clear. Okay loves, I'm gonna use a little bit of bronzer. I know I use a cream one, but I like to set it with a powder bronzer as well. Taking Fenty Beauty Sunstalker bronzer in the shade Caramel Cutie. Using it on this Dior angled brush. This is number 16, and I'm just gonna bronze up a little bit more. Before I start my eyes, I'm gonna spray my face. I'm gonna use this spray by Fenty Beauty. It's called What It Do. I think the way that this sprays out is just perfect. It's like a mist. It's just, honestly, Fenty, you did too good with this one. Okay, so I'm just gonna let that all sink into my skin while I do my eyes. Me just trying to clean up my products a little bit so I don't look like a dirty bitch. For eyes, I'm going to use this palette here by Makeup by Mario. This is the Master Mattes palette. It's the palette of dreams. If you love neutrals and browns and you're looking for the perfect mattes, this is it. This palette is just insane. I love it so much. So for everyday use, I don't really prime my eyelids anymore or anything. I actually find that when I put a base on for my eyeshadows and stuff, my eyes, how do I explain this? It looks a bit more crusty. I did not explain that in the nicest way at all. But it's like as the day goes on, it just, I don't know, I don't really like it on me personally. I'm gonna take some light browns now. So I'm gonna go in with this shade here and this shade here and just run that through my crease a little bit. Sometimes I like to take the bronzer that I use as well and just put that in the crease, just honestly whatever brown. Then I like to use a darker one, so I'm going to use this one here and I'm just going to start to fluff out this area a bit. I'm going to get a tiny little brush like this. I need to get a new one of these actually. This is a Sigma F06 winged liner brush, and I'm going to mix the two darkest shades together, so the black and this brown, and then I'm going to work on the lash line. I'm gonna do some on this area here as well. So I like to take it as far into the corner as I can. Sometimes if I'm like trying to change my daytime look to a nighttime look, I like drag this bit down and make more of a cat eye, but today I won't. I'm gonna take that brush that we just used before. I'm gonna tap it into this brown and just blend that out. I'm then gonna go back in with these two shades that we used in the first place and go under my eye. I'm gonna take a little bit of this brown, go back underneath. Time for mascara. I'm using this one by Lancome. This is their Hypnose mascara. Absolutely love this mascara. And I'm not even somebody that cares about mascara too much because my eyelashes are basically non-existent. But I've got a few that I absolutely love, and this is one of them. So for lashes, I'm going to use these ones by Kiss. This is a new product by them. It's called Falscara. The pack that I've got here is Lengthening Wisps multi-pack. I just love these so much. A lot of the time I have to cut up a full length lash just to get the corner of it because I like to put lashes just on the ends now. And sometimes it just feels like I'm doing a lot when I'm cutting up a whole lash just to get the end of it. And I know that there was always individuals, but they're just not as fluffy as these ones, so I was really happy when these came out. They are made to actually go underneath your lash, and I can do it, but I actually just prefer to put lashes on top. I'm gonna use 2 of the mediums for each eye and then 1 of the short for each eye, using duo glue, by the way. I've literally only been using these lashes since they got sent to me. I forgot to add my little inner corner highlighter, guys. Got this palette here by Charlotte Tilbury, one of my favourite palettes in the world. I'm just going to use this one for my inner corner. Not too much, honestly, just a little. Last but not least, going in with this powder by Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm just going to make sure everything's set. So I'm doing my chin, some on my forehead, a little bit more under eye. Okay, so makeup is complete now. I decided not to put any mascara on my bottom lashes today just because I don't really fancy it. I honestly just go with the flow. Okay, I'm gonna quickly do my hair. I actually have not done anything with my hair since I last washed it, which was the 3rd of July. You guys saw that in my last vlog. So yeah, for 5 days I've done absolutely nothing with my hair. I honestly could just leave it how it is, but I'm just going to go over it one more time. I'm going to use this GHD straight on heat protect again. Just spray some of that in my hair and brush it through. I'm going to separate my hair, and then I'm going to use the GHD volumizing hot brush again. Okay, hair is styled. I'm gonna just finish off with my hair perfume and we're done. I hope you guys enjoyed this get ready with me. I need to get Ada ready so we can go and leave the house. But yeah, I'm gonna go now. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your day and I will speak to you very soon. Bye.